When all the votes are counted, it's predicted that more than 100 million Americans will have voted in the midterm election. That includes 39 million people who voted early. Anthony Salvanto is in the CBS News Director of Elections and Surveys. He's been analyzing the election results and turnout numbers overnight. You've been with us all night through the morning. Can you tell us how the record turnout helped both Democrats and Republicans?
Yeah, it helped Democrats because those turnout boosts helped them flip a lot of those congressional races that we'd been watching all along. The suburban races, areas in and around cities just outside those suburban areas where boosts from women, in some cases boosts from minority voters, helped them flip a lot of the districts that we're watching. But at the same time, then you saw turnout boosts in places in rural areas, outside in states where we had those competitive Senate races. And those states, which tend to be a little bit more rural, well, that helped the Republicans hang on and actually build their lead in the Senate.
Yeah, the president saying he's taking credit for that, for actually rallying in those states and traveling to those states as well and talking about issues like immigration. Let's talk about Florida, because as always, Florida was something we kept our eyes on all night. When it comes to the turnout, specifically Hispanic turnout, how did that help Republicans? Well,
as you can see on the board here, Bill Nelson won the Hispanic vote in Florida, maybe not by as much as he would have liked to. When we were looking at this last night, looking at the patterns down around Miami-Dade, where you would get a larger concentration of Hispanic voters, Nelson was doing well, but not quite hitting those targets that you would expect from a Democrat who would be winning the state. And that's why it was really neck and neck. And again, those turnout patterns, you saw the larger counties, Democrats up, but also in the smaller counties, adding up. Not as many people, but one after another, where you had that Republican turnout boost too, and that was what was helping Scott.
And you had flagged the Cuban American, the Hispanic vote there. Crucial in that state.
Yeah, also as well. And that's important to remember. Down around Miami-Dade, it's Cuban American. And then as you get towards the center of the state in and around Orlando, it may be people with Puerto Rican heritage. And that's a break within the Hispanic vote that's important to note in Florida.
Not to pat yourself on the back, but I'm going to do it for you, because your polls, for the most part, called it right.
Yeah, polling is always the subject of a lot of debate. But in this case, thank you. The CBS Battleground Tracker had the Democrats picking up the House, and with just about as many seats as they may get, somewhere in the 220s, maybe they get to 230. But what that's a function of really is that we saw that turnout boost. We thought that if the Democrats got that turnout boost, that they would be able to flip a lot of those suburban districts. They flipped some blue-collar working-class districts, too. It was sort of a grab bag, a mix as we went across the country. So definitely a fun night and definitely interesting to watch.
And take a couple of days of a breather, then on to 2020, Anthony. Keeping you busy here.
Starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow. All right. Thank you.